Like I said, it's a lot different. He just lifts everyone up. That's the main thing. With his play, like you said, his voice, his leadership. He's been there so much, throughout so many games, playoffs, championships. He really knows what he's talking about and knows what he's seeing out there. And, he can help guys through, talk guys through. Yeah, there's some openings. Some guys put me in real good spots. Phil Pressey, Rondo, Jared Wallace, some other guys. Got me the ball where I could do something pretty easily with it.
It's time for our nightly award ceremony. Boxing out and baller of the night. First up, throw them bows. Powerful.
Watch
you almost
out.
hit me there.
My boxing out stat is 11 to 15. That's the Lakers' 3-point attempts and field goals attempted, made, and all that. 11 to 15.
Mm-hmm.
They were dominant, especially in the fourth quarter. They were 7 of 9, and that's just, I think, on the Celtics' part, laziness a little bit. They defended them fine in the first half. It's not like the Lakers took this, that Michael Jordan's special drink or whatever it was in Space Jam.
Touch the ball.
Yeah, touch the ball. No, there was some water, I thought, too.
No, whatever. Okay.
No, there was.
I know they touch the ball to get the powers. I think that's how the Monstars get the power.
That's how the Monsters get
Yeah,
No,
okay.
they drank the special
They
drink.
drink the special, okay.
Come on, bro.
The jock sweat.
Anyways,
No.
the Lakers didn't do that, so there's no excuse for the fact that they hit 11 to 15 of threes. And that's just the Celtics not closing out, not, playing close enough to them on the perimeter, especially down the stretch when they had that 8-point lead and the Lakers hit 3 straight three-pointers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they lost the game.
All right, my sub
Nothing else matters.
is 99 field goal attempts for the Celtics. So they went 101 the last game, 99 tonight. The high octane offense is just so much fun.
Wow.
So much fun. I tweeted before the game how excited I was to just see some exciting offense now that Rondo's back, and it was.
I saw you tweet that actually, and you actually were excited.
I mean, I've just as a basketball fan, I'm just so excited because this team has not been fun to watch offensively this year. It's been
but aren't you used to that by now?
painful. Yeah, but
when's the last time they were fun to watch?
I don't want to get used to that. I want to be able to cover a team that's exciting to watch.
No, I mean,
so I can enjoy the game.
in the past,
I get it.
7 years.
You know what?
Whatever it is.
I've had a great appreciation for the rigidity of their offense over the years. It's been very stiff, but very efficient. But
fair.
It's
prettier than this year. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, so this year's been pretty ugly offensively, and tonight was, in the last game, was a lot more exciting brand of basketball. It's a lot more palatable, and I thought it would be because of Rondo, but it's Pressey is the reason for it. He pushes the ball so well. They're getting out into the break. They're getting a lot of open shots, and Olynyk.
He's finding guys.
Yeah, Olynyk passing the ball out of the high post is great. I mean, have a high post passer. It's one of the most effective tools you can have in all of the NBA because it creates 3 different levels. You got your perimeter, your high post, and your low post baseline area. You can get 3 different levels of your offense. The defense is going to be caught in no man's land, and that's why you actually win ball games. Tonight, they almost did that,
right?
but they're the Celtics. They're the rebuilding Celtics, so it's bound to happen. So, baller of the night for you?
The guy you're just talking about, Kelly Olynyk. Not just because of the passing, but 25 points. I think 11 of 15. No. What's his stat? What are his shooting numbers?
11 for 17.
11 for 17. Pretty efficient. Pretty efficient night for him. He's a guy that the jury's been kind of out on him, I think, lately. I mean, he started off, especially defensively, he's a little slow. He's hesitant to shoot the ball. But tonight, I think he got into a little bit of a comfort zone early on, hit a couple of shots, made some nice passes. I mean, he had 7 assists tonight and I think 5 rebounds. And, I mean, this is a guy that you already talked about his passing. A big man who can pass is so valuable because he can do so many things. He's quick. If he's got good court vision, like you said, it allows you to be dangerous in all areas of the court. And I thought tonight, I mean, he was their best shooter. And I said it earlier in the show. I said, I wish that he was one of the guys taking a shot towards the end of the game there because I thought confidence-wise, I don't think anyone on the team was more confident than he was tonight. So that's my baller of the night.
Well, he has that green light. And he's been taking it all year, and it hasn't been resulting very well. But Wallace tonight, Gerald Wallace, after the game, he said that he thought Kelly, before he went down with that sprained ankle early this year, was kind of getting into that rhythm, and he thought he was starting to turn into a valuable piece for this team. And if you remember, we were talking a lot about that back then, but it just he got hurt. Took him a while to get back in the groove.
Humphries
but the
kind of took over his role a little bit.
Yeah, he didn't get a lot of time, and he's been getting it lately. because Brandon Bass has been kind of taking a bit of a dip in the rotation, which I'm not really sure why, because he's been playing pretty well all year. But maybe that's a trade coming. We'll see. But Kelly has been playing very well in this last few games. He's finally, and now that his shot's finally starting to fall, he's getting the confidence that he needs, and he's playing with.
That's big for rookies.
He's playing with more power. He was just like, he was intimidated by the NBA power coming into the season. Took him a while to get used to it. It looks like he's starting to get used to it. He's starting to figure out what he does well, and he's starting to learn spots on the floor where he can really flourish.
I agree with you.
Okay, so for me, co-ballers, you can't really choose one.
You have to pick a first one.
Okay, my first is Kendall Marshall, because he hit that game-winning three, swish. And just the story has been amazing with just what he's been doing since he joined the Lakers just a few weeks ago. He hasn't really been there very long. It's been a couple weeks. Right. And then Ryan Kelly, I had to look down at the sheet to make sure I got his first name right. I never heard of him before tonight's game.
What do you mean? Duke's freaking owned, dude.
I don't follow Duke anymore. I barely follow college. This is the first year I felt like I have to watch college ball just because of all the guys that
Ryan Kelly is like a Duke superstar, but like one of those guys is like classic Duke superstar that games like really translate to NBA. And it really hasn't until tonight when he doubled up his season career high.
Let's read it off. 20 points, 5 fouls. Very impressive there.
Hey.
Only 1 turnover there and 4 rebounds, 6 for 12 shooting, in 34 minutes. So the 20 points, that's fantastic. But Kendall Marshall he had 19 points. He had 4 3-pointers, went 4 for 5 from deep, including that corner 3, which ended up being the game winner. And he played 44 minutes tonight. He only sat for 4 minutes the entire game. That's incredible.
When you look at that, when you look at 44 minutes for Marshall, when you look at 34 minutes for Ryan Kelly, and like, how did the Celtics lose this one? I mean, these are guys that literally never play.
They had to. Was it Manny Harris? They had to sign just so they could literally fit the NBA minimum for roster size. Yeah.
And he had a 3 at the end of the game. I mean, these are guys that shouldn't be doing what they're doing, and the Celtics allowed them to do that tonight.
And that's what Chris Kaman only playing 6.5 minutes tonight. He couldn't really play most of the game. Yeah. Who knows what happened? I don't even know what happened there. We'll have to find out on.
Probably
Saturday.
has something to do with the fact that he's Chris Kaman. I don't know.
Possibly. Well, Jordan Hill couldn't really do much. It was really just that they stuck with Kelly. They went small. Yeah. Going small with Kelly and kind of that stretch floor really worked for them. And Wes Johnson doing that too, of course.
And then honorary baller of the night.
Rajon
Rondo. We got to give it
Rajon Rondo.
Captain.
The captain. Just for his performance at walking out to the court.
Yeah, because when you come back from an injury like that, it's a lot harder than I'm sure any of us can relate to. I know I've never dealt with an injury like that, but just that's a big mental hurdle that you got over. And I think as long as he stays healthy, he's only going to get better this season into next season and all that stuff. So. And
how about for
honorary baller?
How about for Kobe Bryant calling Rondo an a-hole?
Oh yes.
And then Rondo dishing it right back to him.
Yes, that was nice. That was very nice of them, I think.
Yeah. It's an emperor respecting another emperor right there.
Yeah. Respect points for each of them in their own way, in their own like douchey way.
So, how was tonight? Tonight was one of the few. There's 3 nights that have a lot of hype surrounding them this year. It's Doc's return, which was one of the most remarkable nights I think of my years covering the team. Tonight was a pretty exciting night, and then next Sunday with the Nets
Sunday
return
will definitely
game.
Top him off.
Of course, but. How did this night line up for you very quickly for your expectations coming into it?
I think it was on par. I really do. I think he got a great standing ovation. You got everyone was into it. I think in the second quarter there, he single-handedly at that time, he spread that game apart. The Celtics had a nice little lead. The crowd was into it. He forced Antonio to take a timeout. I thought at that point it was kind of like Rondo's back sort of thing. And I thought after the game. It was just like same old Rondo that we remember from last year, post game wise. I mean, dry humor, funny,
but better.
Gave good answers, all that stuff. So, I didn't go in with super high expectations, but it was a good night. I think anybody who came to the game, result aside, had to enjoy, at least the game part of it.
Well, and the difference, just press conference wise, is I asked him a question, and was there anything you could or couldn't do tonight? And he just said no.
Yeah,
and then he looked away. I'm like, oh, no, not again, because he's done that one to me plenty of times. Yeah. But then he started actually answering because he was messing around.
Let's not forget.
That's the difference with him now.
Right, but let's not forget, this is the first game. Let's see what he's like, 20 games from now. Let's see if he's still
15 losses from now.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if he's expanding upon that no answer.
All right. Well, let's see how we sound 15 losses from now. So for Jimmy, I'm Jared. This was the Garden Report on Celtics Blog and CLNS Radio.